Hi, I'm Mr. Tebow. This is another edition of the Principal's Perspective, and I'm joined by a very special guest this week, Mr. Richard Gill, who will be the new assistant principal at Dartmouth High School starting effective July 1st. Mr. Gill, could you introduce yourself to the Dartmouth community, to our students and parents who might be able to view this at home?
Absolutely. Thank you very much. And by the way, happy birthday, Mr. Tebow. So I'm a career changer. I spent 20 years as an officer in the Coast Guard, went to the Coast Guard Academy. I was fortunate enough to command a couple ships when I was in the Coast Guard, which was a great honor at a very young age. When I finished my 20 years in the Coast Guard, I decided I was going to become an educator. So I became a mathematics teacher. I spent most of my teaching career in Peabody High School, which is north of Boston. One of my pride and joys there was I built a very successful AP Stats program from no students to well over 100 students in the 3 years that we built that program. When I finished up being a teacher and I thought I was ready for a new challenge, I became an administrator. I worked for a year in Oxford, 2 years in Oxford, and this year I'm an assistant principal at Southbridge High School.
Great. Can you talk a little bit about your experience as an administrator in Southbridge, specifically speaking to some of the responsibility you've taken on in terms of supporting all students, building a credit recovery program using Ingenuity, some of those skills that we think will be very helpful to the administrative team here at Dartmouth High School?
Absolutely. And so one of the challenges we have in Southbridge, of course, is it's one of the two schools in the Commonwealth that's in receivership. So our students are from a low demographic as far as income, economic status. So we've got a lot of problems with attendance and tardies to school. A lot of kids have to work to help support the families. So we need high levels of academic and social emotional support. One of the things we were able to do there this year was build a grade recovery program, which allows students who, primarily due to attendance problems, have failed 2 quarters of their classes and are academically inclined to want to make up those grades. So they stay after school and they work with teachers. Got about 120, about 70 students enrolled in that program now, and it's pretty successful.
Great. What's one of the things that you're most looking forward to about joining the Dartmouth community?
So one of my areas of particular interest is helping to support teachers improve their practice, because I really think that half of the issues confronting most schools is getting the students interested in what they're learning. So getting the students to be sharing partners in their own education. So, and I think that that's a difficult transition for a lot of teachers. I know it would have been for me when I was teaching. I did a lot of my own stand and deliver instruction, where now we really want to move towards blended learning and student choices, because it really facilitates the buy-in and the attendance and the reduces attrition. Plus, I think there's a lot of research that indicates that students learn more in those circumstances. So I know that Dartmouth High School is on the leading edge in a lot of those areas, and so that's really exciting for me. I'm looking forward to being part of that change.
Great. So you'll start July 1st, or you'll start in July. So you'll be available through the summer, and maybe we'll be able to set up a time, a coffee hour, so that parents in the community who might want to come and meet the new assistant principal will be able to do that.
Absolutely, I'd love that.
And certainly, I know that you'll be very visible throughout the fall at different school-wide events, whether it be athletics or theater productions or music competitions and what have you. And certainly, during the day, you'll be very visible in the hallways and easy for students to catch up to. But again, we want to welcome you to Dartmouth High School. We look forward to having you join our administrative team and supporting our students and teachers.
Thank you very much. I'm very excited to start.
Great.
Well done, sir.
Thank you.